Hi there, I'm Bea, a mixed media artist. Join me as I explore art, creativity, and inspiration, one project at a time. Well, hello everybody, welcome back to my studio. So glad you joined me today for another video. I hope you're all doing well and I hope you're gonna enjoy this flip through. Now, originally I haven't planned to share this sketchbook. It was my personal space, my personal art journal, where I wanted to test supplies and just play and experiment. But after I have filled all those 46 pages of my A5 coldpress watercolor etcher, did I mention etcher already? I don't remember. Anyway, it's an etcher A5 journal. I thought, why not take you along and show that not every art journal page is perfect or the way you have envisioned it, so that's how it is. Now, first of all, I must say I do like this Etchr art journal. It is for me the right size. It is for some of the works. I do have different sizes, but I think it is a nice size. I like the paper. I really didn't have any problems with it, and yeah, all in all, I still do have one in the same size, and I plan to order more of those Etchr journals. They do have different sizes also, so I'm gonna experiment with other sizes too. So now it is a watercolor journal, but I did use all kind of different supplies, mostly watercolors, but I also did use like pencils, some watered down acrylic paints. You're gonna see it while I flip through what I have used. I try to remember what I have used. As always, I'm not working just in one journal. I work in several journals, so it takes me a while to fill up a journal, and that's fine with me. So I think I have this since about 3 years, and yes, I'm not dating my work. I'm just not interested in that. I don't care whether I have done it 5 years ago or just half a year ago. I either like it or I don't like it. It's that simple for me. I'm rather a simple person, just saying. Anyway, let's go start with the flip through. The only pages I didn't paint are the inside of the cover and this first page, because they are glued together and it's sometimes hard to work on those pages. I know for sure that was the first page I did. Occasionally I do the first page I do in an art journal on the actual first page. That is one of those occasions, and that was actually gouache I did use, and obviously a black marker, a permanent marker, or probably either a micron or maybe a Faber-Castell. What are they called? Hold on a second. I do have a thing here where I can turn my thing. A Faber-Castell Pit Artist pen. Either this or then a micron pen. I actually have a lot of micron pens. I really love them. So yeah, that's what I did use. Either of those. I did this page before this page because the way I work, I start on this side and always working on the right side, and then I turn my art journal around and start working. I mean, not turning around, but working backwards. That's what I wanted to say. So I did fill it all on the right side, and then I started with the left side. That's what I wanted to say. Some tulips. And the colors I have used, I don't know what they're called in English, but you know, those fall thingies. There is also another variety where you can eat the inside, so, but that's not this one. But they're very nice as dried flowers, things like that. Watercolor and a gel pen, a white gel pen, some gold metallic acrylic paint. It's sort of a mixed media thing, but watercolor first. I started with watercolor. Here again I did use watercolors, but I also did add colored pencils in the end, just playing, nothing fancy. Sorry about the noise. I'm not sure whether you can hear it, but my printer decided he's gonna go asleep. Here we go, he's sleeping now. Again, just experimenting with watercolor and colored pencil. Not so happy, both pages, not something I'm really fond of, but hey, I was experimenting. I do like this one. I know it's either 1 year or 2 years ago where I did it right before Christmas. So yeah, cupcakes. That's all my daughter's fault, I would say. She does wonderful cupcakes, and that inspired me to draw and paint some cupcakes. My beloved birch trees. I do birch trees in many different ways. I just like them. They are my favorite tree. They are so airy, and for me they remind me a little bit on a fairy world. That's just me. And by the way, that's acrylic I have used here. Acrylic and probably some Derwent ink dents. Here again, a combination of watercolor and Posca pen. I remember I did those dots with the Posca pens. That is purely watercolor. Just sketched some snowdrops and made a pink background because I love pink and I can, so then I do it. Here again, that's a combination of watercolor and colored pencil. I don't know whether you can see the texture it gives when you have additionally colored pencil. I just like the look, so that's what I did here. That's again watercolor combined with my Creator Colored oil-based charcoal pencil. And I also do have a gold Posca pen. That's what I used for the horns and a little bit on the eyes of this creature. Here I did test one of my stencils, not a page I really like. Here I had some fun, this time with gouache, because it's very matte, and I think it's gouache, and yeah, what can I say? I did paint a cat. That's probably was 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, when we got our new cat. So it's the type of cat she is. She is also this 3-colored cat, the lucky cat, as the Chinese say. Again, I did try again with my stencil. This time I did like it a little bit better, but I still wasn't so impressed. Again, some watercolor and a fine micron pen. This one is also with watercolor and a micro pen, and I actually turned that into a stamp. Just the outlines, not the colors, obviously. And it is much smaller. Echinacea, I think it's the same name in English. That's a flower I like very much. Unfortunately, we don't have it in the garden. We are here now, so I still have to plant that again. We did have it in Bauma, in the old place where we lived. Just some experimenting with watercolor and the charcoal pencil. Here I had fun with the coffee pot. Again, it is watercolor and the charcoal. That is a flower bouquet in a vase with watercolors, and again with the very thin micron pen I have. Here I was experimenting a little bit with ducks. Should do more with those actually. But sometimes you try out some things and think, okay, I'm gonna paint those. When I say I have to work a little bit more with that, I mean I should turn that also in a artwork to sell or something like that, but I haven't done it yet. Here I did carve a stamp on my own and then did use that in this spread. Not a very successful page. Neither is this one. I was just experimenting, but I didn't like it. The most biggest problem I had was actually for the first time something was bleeding through. I don't know whether you can see, but you can read a little bit. You can read a little bit what I have written, so I don't like it. Here I was playing just with some landscape. It's okay. That's a combination again of watercolor and charcoal, and I probably also have used the Graphite XL by Derwent, the colored Graphite XL by Derwent, just from the look for the colors. I think I have used those too. Here we have another landscape, this time just in one color. For a while I did a lot of things just with one color to see whether I can capture the thing in just one color, and yeah, well, not my favorite again. It's just an abstract figure. I'm not convinced with this page, but I do love this page with what are they called? Hagebutten in Deutsch. Rose hips, that's the word in English. I do love in fall to see the rose hips, so yeah. A funky lady with watercolor and some, what was it? Yeah, again the micron pen, I would say. Yeah. Here we have again birch tree. Sort of a still life here with a flower bouquet and a window on a table, probably, I would say. Again, some birch tree, the fall version with the yellow leaves. Well, yeah, I did experiment. Don't ask me what I was thinking. I don't remember. Just, yeah, it isn't too bad. Too good, I wanted to say. But I do like those birch trees, just in black and white. Just with I did use some ink for that. So yeah. Another cupcake and birch tree again. This time the spring mood with where the fresh greens comes. Yeah. I don't know what they are called in English, but I will put the word somewhere here. Yeah, I only know the word in German, which is ein Specht, but I don't remember the English word. Sometimes I forget those kind of words when I don't use them a lot. That's not a cupcake, but that is a cake on a stand. A funky girl. And then a pumpkin on the ground with the blue sky. Octopus. And here a page I really like, again with watercolor pencil and the oil-based charcoal by Creator Color. And again something, no, I'm not so convinced. It was just an experiment. No. So that was it for this flip through. I hope you enjoyed, and if you have any questions about the journal or a page or something like that, just leave them down below in the comments. I hope to see you soon again. Take care. Bye.